Peace and love, divine beings. My name is Solar Ray. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. I'm going to do a little something different today. It's going to be kind of messy, I think. I don't want to say messy, but some people don't really expose certain things of their life. Some people don't talk about certain things. Some people like to hide things because they feel like it is not necessary to speak on certain things. But in my opinion, and with this being 2022, there's a lot of things being exposed right now, and a lot of things need to be talked about. There's a lot of spell work at play. There's a lot of blockages at play. There's a lot of karmic, toxic people, energies, places, things that are in our way that has been exposed, that has been coming up to the surface. There has been more information that has been revealed and that we are retaining and understanding as spiritual people, as spiritual beings having a human experience. So I just wanted to talk about a few things that I experienced, and this is my experience on dealing with a karmic parent or karmic parents or karmic family. I have notes, but I don't really know how this is gonna go, how long it's gonna be, but I'm gonna go in for it. So growing up, I always felt as if I was responsible, and not because, that's just who I was, but I felt like I was crafted and molded to be that way, shifted or trained to be that way. And I see why now. Even being the oldest, it makes a lot of sense that you're the most responsible one, so you could take care of your siblings, right, while I'm not around. But the question is, why aren't you around? So, see, I already know it's going to be kind of all over the place, so I hope you guys understand what I'm saying and hopefully relate. I mean, we're not alone out here, especially those who identify with black sheep, those who identify with light workers, those who identify with empaths, those who identify with star seeds. We are different in a very divine, good way. Like, we are ourselves, and we have been through things that no one can really understand, no one can really grasp. And if anyone tells their story that is who resonates with a star seed or a divine being, an earth angel, anyone who tells their story, those other beings are shocked. They can never understand how much we went through or how we're still standing or any of that. And some people take that as jealousy. So dealing with a karmic parent, I noticed that there wasn't a real display of affection. So in my case, I am talking about the person who birthed me. I will not be calling her MOM. I will be calling her the person who birthed me. Okay? There's never really a display of affection. Growing up, I always desired to have a nurturing mom, a nurturing mother figure. I loved when I met my friends, as I was growing up, my younger friends' mothers, and seeing how sweet they were and how, involved they were in their children's life. And I just did not see that with my person who birthed me. I just did not see that with this karmic parent. And because there's a lot of things also, when you have a child at a certain age and you don't feel like you're ready, but you do it anyway, you're passing on down certain cycles. So if you know that someone can watch the baby. You don't really have to watch the baby. So you're out doing whatever, and then you spend 2-3 hours with the baby, and then here they go, you put them off with somebody else. So I feel like that's the start. It's the start. It's the start of creation of generational curses. It's the start of the traumas. I remember at a very young age telling my grandmother that I wanted to live with her and that I actually wanted to call her mom because we saw her more often. We were there more often. She actually fed us and, talked to us and made sure we washed our butts. And like it was, actual mother energy, empress energy, right? And yes, my mother was like 22 or 23, maybe 21, 22, between 21 and 23 when she had me. And in the 90s, they were partying. It was a different type of vibe. The grandma can watch the baby while we partying, while we go to work. And also when you think about the generational curses of, not really being there for your child, and you're out working and you're out partying, what are you feeding your child? So at the very precious, vital moments of being a baby and things like that, I was not breastfed. I was on formula. And I feel like that played a huge part because you are not physically and emotionally and spiritually connecting with your child. So that's that. So the display of affection, and even growing up, there wasn't really hugs. There wasn't really much I love yous. There wasn't any form of nurturing whatsoever when it came to this particular karmic parent that was the main parent in my life. Okay, and also I do want to talk about that. I do have a father, so this karmic parent is also controlling to the point where, my father could only see us at certain times. Our father still had to pay child support, but was restricted when seeing us. So there's a attachment to control. There's attachment to training someone. And if it helps, I'm an Aries sun, and so was my dad. And this karmic parent is a Virgo. So I don't know if that helps, but there is a lot of controlling, possessive energy that comes in that really changes the dynamics of the relationship. Because growing up, I favored my dad. I loved my dad because I actually felt a more nurturing energy from him, because one, he didn't see his children that much because of the controlling karmic. So there was a actual connection to actually desiring to see your children and being around them and caring about their feelings and emotions at the time. And I remember growing up and just hearing, from this karmic parent that, your dad doesn't do anything, and he's a deadbeat, and he has cheated, and he has done this, and he doesn't pay for child support, and this and that. And so it was a lot of mental games back and forth because we don't experience, well, me and my brother, we did not experience negative reactions when we were with our father. We daily experience negative reactions with our mother. That's the difference. And we actually lived with our mother, on a consistent basis. So the lack of affection was very detrimental to me, I feel, because as an older woman now, who's almost 30 and has their own child, as you can hear in the background, you have a hard time knowing what love truly is if it is not expressed to you. And as spiritual beings, as light workers, as, you know, beings like us, it felt like we really grew up fast. And if I could get a few hugs a day while I was a teenager, while I was a child, I really felt like things could have been different in our relationship currently. Another thing I wanted to mention about karmic parents is the competition. So this karmic parent was in the entertainment industry. They did a lot of things in our hometown that was small, but they also did a lot of small extra work for some big projects. This particular parent really wants to be famous. And I say wants to be famous because at their big age, they still want to be famous. And I feel like because they didn't do the sacrificial things that they should have done when they were younger, they have taken it out on their children. They pretty much pushed us into the entertainment industry. Now, I want to be clear. When you see someone doing something, especially at a young age, like monkey see, monkey do. When you see someone doing something and it looks fun, they're going to want to do it. So yes, when we see you know, acting in plays or in movies, we are going to say we want to do the same thing. However, pushing us to anybody and without a background check, you're just pushing us to anybody who is not really responsible for us. You don't really know what the project entails. You're sending us to auditions by ourselves while we aren't even teenagers yet. It's giving a little sketchy. It's giving a little sacrificial lamb, here you go, take my children type of vibe. And this particular parent has said to me, no, I didn't want to do any gay scenes. No, I didn't want to sell my soul. No, I didn't want to do any crazy drugs. But when we get older, you're pushing us to people and projects and things that lower our soul's vibration. You're pushing us towards things that don't make us feel good. You are pressuring us to not be ourselves when we need to be ourselves to most. You are crafting us and molding us to look like other people. I remember specifically when Achille and the Bee came out, this particular parent went straight to that agency and tried to get me involved with that agency. And of course I didn't get in because they already got their, you know, archetype. But I didn't get in. And I was even blamed for not being accepted into that acting agency, like I have some control over it, okay? So the competition is real. If anybody's familiar with Bernie Mac, Nessa from Bernie Mac was supposed to be me in this karmic parent's eyes. I was supposed to look like her and have my hair pressed like her and XYZ. And it's just like, competition for what? Like, it is absolutely insane when we are children. And that's what they say too about child stars. Yeah, they look all cute and stuff, but they grow up and they're all discombobulated in the head. They don't know who they are. They have a lot of insecurities and self-confidence issues, and they handle that in different ways. As we see, we know, we have examples of this, okay? So the competition was real, and then on top of that, you're placing us in areas where we have to compete. Either compete for fame, compete for money, or really compete for your love. Because if we didn't get the gig, it was like you didn't want to talk to us that day. And I remember really being my brother being prioritized over me at a certain point because he got more gigs than I did. Because he had a certain archetype. Because he was with a certain agency. He had a certain look. And because I didn't have that look, she didn't even want to invest any more time into me. I can't even tell you how she felt when I said I wanted to do pageants. It was like, okay, great. She put me in that competition, which I didn't really know about. Really, I just saw, a pageant. It looks cool. You wear a dress, and it was training. And yes, you do have to train, but with all of the training and all of the quote unquote money she spent and all of the people that quote unquote helped me and quote unquote sponsored me, once I didn't win, because it was my first pageant, and it was a huge pageant, the Miss Teen Illinois pageant, it was huge. I didn't win over someone who competed for 4 years. Of course, this girl is going to win. She was competing for the last 4 years. I just stepped in. So once I didn't win, now I'm getting blamed because they spent all of this money, and I wasn't good up there, and I didn't look good, and I didn't practice enough. So the competition is real to them. This person has a business right now. I am not sure if it is thriving because they are not in my energy, but they have a business right now, and they make sure that they're competing with other people who have the same business idea. This is not a business idea that this person created. This is a business idea that the divine created. And if you have the right heart and the right mindset and the right spiritual authority, you can achieve and be successful and thrive in that certain business. But because she spews out negative energy and everyone's copying her and everyone's hating her, your business is not thriving. It is not picking up off the ground. Anything that you are doing to try to advance your project or your business is not working because of the attitude, because of the spell work that you are spewing. Next thing I want to talk about with karmic parents, in my experience with a karmic parent, is this parent would call me multiple times a day, every day. Now, I have a child of toddler age, and it was my spiritual calling to stay home and to take care of the child, to homeschool my child while doing other things. Now, this is totally opposite from this person. So I just want to keep in mind that when you do things opposite from this parent, they will feel away. They will feel jealous. They will feel like you aren't doing anything, and they will make you feel like you are a failure. Okay? This person calls me because they all the time, multiple times a day, text me multiple times a day because they feel like they have the right to. Because, I'm not quote unquote doing anything. We all know that on this spiritual journey we call life, in this earth school, our lesson is to focus on the divine. Figure out who we are, why we came here, what is our soul's mission. Okay? But not everyone of a certain vibration or spiritual aura is going to understand that. Okay? So, once I started going for my soul's missions, my soul's goals, I made it known that I was not going to be at their beck and call. Their beck and call, because I have a karmic family that I have cut off. So you are not alone in this if you are dealing with this situation. Okay? They feel like they are entitled to my text, to my call every single day, multiple times a day. Immediately when they send the text, within 5 minutes, I need to be responding. No. That's what was happening when I wasn't awakened. That what was happening when I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing with my soul, with my life, with my purpose, why I'm here. That was when I didn't know myself. But when I realized the unequal exchange in energy and tapped into my goddess-like self, being my higher self, when I integrated my soul within myself, I realized that my time is for me. My time is for me to figure out certain things. My time is magic. My time is wealth. Just like my energy is the truest wealth. So no, you cannot talk to me on the phone for 3 hours about gossip about certain celebrities. I don't give a damn. Because that's the only reason why you're calling me. That's karmic. That's toxic. That's negative. I might as well be talking to the shade room. I also want to say too that when you do cut them off, they will become extremely clingy. They will also become terrified. They will also demand that you speak to them. Don't let it get too far though, because I had this parent demand that I speak to them after I just spoke with them that same week. Okay? But now I know there was some underlying spell work at play. This karmic parent and their karmic parent came to my home early in the AM talking about wellness check. Now, because I know they were doing spell work, they wanted to make sure that I was not here on this planet breathing. That's why they came to my house. Because they were rattling the doorknob. They were looking through the window to see if they could see some type of wild-ass true crime scene. CSI style. Okay? Not because they actually cared. Because if they did care, you would have saw those text messages and said, oh, don't bother this person because they are doing something. They are busy. They don't need to answer your phone call because you aren't talking about anything because you're in the loop. But because they're karmics and they don't have the mental ability to even process that you could be doing something of actual importance. They can't even process that because they just want to harvest your energy, because when you're not around, what can I do? What can I do? I need the energy. I need the light. I need the light. I need the light. So they calling you, texting you. What you doing? Let me talk to you about some drama. Let me talk to you about somebody who died. Let me talk to you about something that's not relevant to you. Because that's the only way they can keep your energy. The answer is no. This person got so upset when I deleted my Facebook, but I was already tired of social media because the things that she posts on social media, you're playing a facade. You make it seem like you're the greatest mother ever, and you're not. You make it seem like you're the greatest business owner ever. You're not. You make it seem like you're not struggling to pay your bills, but you are. You're trying to make it seem like you actually love your daughter, but you don't. You only care about fame. If you only cared about that, you only care about the likes. When my son got here, when my son was born, she was quick to take pictures and post them on her Facebook. And I made it very clear that there will be no more picture taking, okay? So she couldn't take pictures, but hey, you send me a picture. Then she posted, once I send a picture, she posted, she's like, did you see how many likes? Did you see how many likes I got? Did you see how many likes I got? First of all, you didn't get those likes. My son got those likes. And that's why I don't want his face on the interwebs. Because you're trying to catch clout off of my son? This is supposed to be your grandson. You're supposed to be straightening it up by now. But you're still trying to pimp people out. So, speaking of pimping out, I want to talk about this experience I had. I would never forget it. Okay? Of sacrificial lamb and, entertainment industry and things of that nature. So I'm gonna say there was a famous musician from Chicago. He used to be bald, but then he had braids. Okay. He dealt with a younger famous singer. So this should be enough clues, okay? But, he is from Chicago. So this karmic parent has seen him around, I guess. I'm not really sure if they actually knew each other. But I remember one day getting out of school and I still had my plaid school dress on, with the socks and the shoes and my white shirt, okay? Burgundy plaid at that. And I remember her taking my glasses off and pushing me outside the door to cross the street to go to his car to get an autograph from him. Now, I would never forget this. So I remember going back and forth with her because before she pushed me out, I'm like, I can't see. But I guess she wanted me to look cute for him, who this guy is now a convicted sex offender, okay? And he has history with younger girls, okay? This is enough clues. And I had to be not even 10, okay? But I feel like I was too young for him. But besides the point, I had no glasses on, can't even see. She's pushing me out the door to go run across the street to his car to get an autograph. Now, I get up to his black Escalade, and I'm looking up like, can I have an autograph? And his eyes aren't even fucking human eyes. They are red as fuck, like in a movie. They're red, and not the white part of the eyes. The pupil of the eyes is red. So this is a whole ass demon that you're pushing me to with no glasses and a fucking school skirt, shirt, dress. You know what I mean? Like, I'm whole out here being pimped right now. Like, I would never forget that story. And I'm almost 30. So that's more than 20 years of my life. This happened more than 20 years ago. And of course, like I said, I felt like I was too young because when you think about the history that he's had, the young lady involved was older than me. But let's keep in mind, after that, getting the autograph and leaving and going back, she snatches the damn autograph from me, and that was the end of that. That was literally the end of that. But I was like, dang, man, you didn't have to push me though. Because I was like serious. Like, you literally pushed me across the street. I will never forget. Before this panorama happened, I was at an event called the Black Women's Expo in Chicago. And I was there helping this karmic parent with her business there setting up. So there was a celebrity woman there. If I can remember her, Kimberly Elise is her name, I believe. She was there that year. And this karmic parent runs up and she's like, come on, Solar Ray. Let's take a picture. Let's hurry up and take a picture. Hurry up and take this picture with me and her. Now, like, ordering me in front of this celebrity. This lady is looking at me like, whoa, like hearing how this karmic parent, this is supposed to be my parent, is talking to me. Okay? This is how you act in front of celebrities? Like I'm a fucking slave? And let me tell you something too. Be mindful of the vocabulary the karmic parent uses. In my experience, this karmic parent always used slave. Her children were slaves. We have to train you, and certain words like that. She even told her friend to have a baby so that that baby could be her slave. Like, this is what you're telling your friends to do? Yeah, have a baby so they can be your slave. Like, the mindset of these individuals that display themselves as parents, but they're really karmic, toxic, demonic energies is wild to me. It is really wild. I may do a part 2 on my experiences with the karmic parent. I may talk about the actual other parent as well. But I hope this made sense. I hope that, you got a little insight, just knowing that you're not alone. And if you have any experiences you want to share about your experiences with a karmic parent and how you've healed, let's talk about it. We're building a community here. We are not people pleasing for these karmics anymore. We are not bowing down to these karmics anymore. This is the time for them to be absolutely cut off from our lives, from our energy, and from our DNA, and from the future generations to come. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And peace and love and healing to you all.